You're listening to WRHU Radio here on 88.7 FM. We're joined by entertainment entrepreneur and best-selling author Toya Jackson, who stars on this year's edition of The Celebrity Apprentice. Toya, thank you for joining us.
Good morning, Gary. How are you?
I'm doing well. And you?
I'm fine, thank you. How's New York?
It's good. It's getting warmer, you know?
Oh, great. I love New York. I love that place.
So, everyone was excited to hear that you would be on this year's Celebrity Apprentice. What made you do it?
Well, it was a decision that I definitely had to make. I was asked before, and then I decided this time, okay, I'm not so sure if I want to do it. And it took a little while. Then after I just weighing out what I should do or whatever, I said, you know what, I'm going to go for it because I'm going to do something for my brother's charity, and that's what I did. He had worked with so many different charities, and I decided that I will do it for AIDS Project Los Angeles, which is the charity that I was working with at that particular time here in Los Angeles. And I said, what better way to donate and give funds to?
Now, take us through a little bit of the selection process. Did Donald Trump call you?
No, Donald didn't call me. He had called one of the top producers and said, please, you have to get in touch with Toya to make sure that she's on the show. And that's what they did. They reached out to me, and we had several conversations, and then I said, okay, I think this is something I would like to do. I'll add awareness to this charity.
Now, what has been some of the response since joining the cast of Celebrity Apprentice?
Well, the response has been really, really great for me, actually. It's been that's an incredible show. I love doing that show. I love working for him, basically, and working with the different companies that you're working for when you're working with Donald Trump. That's what I love most. He's an amazing man, very brilliant man, very smart, and that is what I love. I love the fact that he uses his head to use the different celebrities to help advance the different charities. So he's giving all the way around, which is incredibly great.
Now, you add a lot of star power to the table. Have you ever felt intimidated by some of the competition, like Star Jones, Dion? Because we're watching them, and they seem pretty intense.
Well, you know what it is? You're dealing with, Gary, big personalities on this show. And this season is an incredible season. It's a great season. You're dealing with these strong-headed women on the show. And it's their way or no way, and this is the way they want it. Are they intimidating? Absolutely not. Do you wish to get involved in the nonsensical things? Absolutely not. But I wish to get the work done and the job done, and I stay focused on that.
Now, I'm guessing that's how you keep your cool, right?
Well, you have to, because it's constant fighting. You don't always see it on the TV set, but it's constant fighting. Yeah. It's amazing to me how we can be such adults, but yet we act like little children.
Is it like that behind the scenes?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
It's still competitive?
Oh, yes, that's the way it is. And I don't wish to get involved in that. I stay focused on what I'm doing. I think we're women and we're highly intelligent women, and we don't need that, the bickering to get ahead. Sometimes people forget that this is for charity.
You're listening to WRHU Radio here on 88.7 FM. We're joined by entertainment entrepreneur Toya Jackson and best-selling author who stars on this year's edition of The Celebrity Apprentice. Who have you enjoyed working with the most?
Out of the entire team that I enjoyed working with the most, I'm sure that you're speaking of castmates, because if I were to say, I would say definitely Donald and the companies that we worked for. However, when it comes to castmates, I would say, Nikki Taylor, she was the sweetest girl ever, just so composed and calm, and I love that about her. And she stayed that way, and she stayed true to herself, and that's very important, to be true to yourself. I guess a lot of them are true to themselves, and it makes it a bit complicated. But no, Nikki was such a gem to work with. She really was.
Now, you mentioned your charity before.
Was there any particular reason why this would be the charity that you were going to represent?
Well, when my brother first passed, I thought it would be important to kind of step in his shoes with the charities that he has worked with. And I don't know if you're aware of this or not, but he was involved with the most charities in the entire world. He's in the Guinness Book of Records for donating $400 million of his personal money to different charities. That's basically what he did. So I wanted to kind of keep that up and continue that. AIDS Project Los Angeles was the closest thing to me here in L.A., so I just kind of adopted to them and just adapted to doing things, and I would go out and buy the kids gifts during Christmas, and all the kids and parents with AIDS or the children that are suffering with AIDS.
Now, you've been shining in the past few challenges. When are we going to see you as project manager?
Yeah, and I was selling milkshakes and things of that nature to donate the money there. But as far as project manager, you were asking me?
Yeah.
Well, yes, I'm going to be project manager. You're going to see that, yes. We can't tell too much. We can't give away too much.
Now, next week, can you give us a little bit about what's going to happen next week? Because we do get to see some of the clips.
Well, you do get to see some of the clips, and next week, I don't know how much you've seen, but it's going to be an interesting show as well. As always, it really is. I think next week is us doing a little commercial. Yeah, we're doing a little commercial for ACN.
Rumor has it that Donald Trump may be running for president in 2012. Working with him, could you see him in that leadership role?
Absolutely, I do. I do see him in that leadership role because I look at the way that Donald displays what's going on inside of his head. And I also look at the fact that you have to remember something. This country is being run by, really, if you really think about oil. We're fighting in wars, and everything, the bottom line, it boils down to religion and war. Religious war that deals with oil. And he's been involved with that for many, many years, knowing exactly where it is, where it comes from, what to do with it, and how it should be dispersed throughout the world. And I think hands-on with that would help a great deal. That's just one aspect of it, but knowing a lot about politics is very important, and I think that he's pretty savvy when it comes to that.
Now, if he wins, can we say that we'll see maybe Secretary of State Ms. LaToya Jackson?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That's so funny. But no, politics is quite interesting. I love politics. I love watching how the politicians politic their way through the top, and it's very interesting to me. But I think it's a broad spectrum, and everybody is opinionated when it comes to that. And I just want to see the world a better place. I think that's very important. Who's at the top to make it that way, then that's who's going to get the vote. If that promise is genuine and it's true, then you're going to get the vote. And I really believe when Trump puts his mouth and his word to it that he really wants to get that job done because nobody wants to be a failure.
Now, your last song came out, was Home. I've heard it. It's a good song. Are we going to see you do some more music, too?
I'm done with music. I'm going to put out this last single, this album called Starting Over that the fans have been asking me over and over and over to put out. And then once I do that, it's out and I'm finished with music because I'm doing what my second love for life, and that's always been business. I've always loved business, and I have many businesses that are growing now, and that's what I want to focus and concentrate on. That's very important to me.
Looking beyond Celebrity Apprentice, what are some of the new projects you want to try and get into?
Well, what I am doing right now at this very moment is that I have my own branding company called CBG, Celebrity Branding Group. And what we do is we take celebrities and we brand them. We match them with a product that they're interested in. And what we do is we give them part of the company. I finance it for them, and I get financing as well. And they become a product of their own, having their own product, branding themselves. I think that's important. We as celebrities for so many years, we have always gone and endorsed, like a Dial soap or endorsed any kind of Fritos, whatever you name it, we endorsed it and got a payment for it. Why not own it yourself? So that's what Celebrity Branding Group is, getting the celebrity and having them brand themselves and own it themselves. My company does its financing for JTEL. That's just one aspect of it. And then, of course, I have LaToya Luxurious Collection. I have my own perfume out, which is a part of that. My perfume is coming out, actually. We're bottling it as we speak. And I have purses that are coming out and my own hand cream that's out at the moment. So all of these are under the umbrella of LaToya Luxurious Collection, which I think is so important to empower women today, which I am opening a company as we speak, getting the names put together for it, to help women to advance and start their own companies. Because women are so powerful with ideas and what they want to do, but they have no lobby, they have no one to say, here, I will help you take that to the next step. So that's what I'm doing with women as well. As long as they own 51% of their company, then I will work with them and try to get their product out there if I like the product.
If we want to learn more about your company and some of the products that will be coming out, where should we go?
You can go to www.jtel.com.
Well, thank you very much, LaToya, for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having me. It was great speaking to you, Gary.